Short movie, little bit to cover. Let's get into it. I'm Roman Ritchie. This is a random Ritchie review. I think I did better on the intro that time. Anyway, to the movie, Angelina Ballerina. Very short film. It is about a little mouse who's a ballerina, of course, and her name is Angelina. But there is a lot in this movie. It is super stressful for no reason. So we're going to get the cons out of the way because I love to end on a high note. So my first con with this movie is there's way too many ooh, ah, ooh in this film. There's just a whole lot of it.
Oh! Oh, Alice, no!
My second con with this film was with Angelina's mother. I know what you did. I know! Your husband is gray. Your children are brown. You are brown. Why is your daughter white? And last but not least, the treatment of Henry. Dude, justice for Henry. Every 30 seconds, they're like, shut up, Henry. We don't like you.
Miss Quaver will be playing...
Don't I get a job as well, Angelina?
I think there's enough for you to do learning your part, Henry.
Oh.
Miss...
When I get to the palace, I'm going to go on a ghost hunt.
Oh, there's no such thing as ghosts, you silly little mouseling hen. All you need to do is concentrate. And you, Henry.
But they keep doing different things.
How dare you?
Last but not least, I just think it's way too stressful for a kid's movie. Anyway, that's it. All right, let's get to the pros. Pros are, it's a delightful film. If you have a daughter, she'll love it, most definitely. And if she doesn't, I guess there's probably something wrong with her. But other than that, it's fine. There was a few parts I actually laughed at, which is crazy because my brain is probably mush.
Well, he looks really scary. He's got to be the ghost.
So you kick off the movie with Angelina doing a dance with the rest of her classmates whenever the teacher has a very, very important announcement. They're going to the Royal Palace to perform a play, and Angelina is the one directing it. Yes, that's right. Royal Palace, big stage. Angelina, a 10-year-old mouse. I think she's 10. I don't know their ages. Anyway, she's directing this whole thing. This is how you can see it gets stressful because the second she starts planning, everything just starts going right. There's already scheming against her, and just you can see this thing building up to blow up in all of their faces, and you're just like, ah!
It's about the costumes. They need to be bigger, frillier, and lots more sparkly. Lots more sparkly.
So whenever she gets this part for the play, she's just starts setting it up. Of course, she gave herself the main role as Aurora in the Sleeping Beauty play, which is the play she decided to go with, Sleeping Beauty. And she gave William the part of the prince, so he has to kiss a girl, and he's super panicked about this because he's never kissed a woman before. Not only that, but Henry is off in the palace trying to find some ghosts because he says all castles have ghosts, and he's dead set on that fact.
There must be loads of ghosts living here.
So whenever we get to the palace, they're all shown to their rooms. Boys get the dungeon, of course, for some unknown reason. And the one dude's like, I got to plan my scheme. He wasn't actually like that. He was more like this.
Brilliant! Just right for my experiments.
So then the girls get their princess bedrooms, and everybody's just stoked, and everybody's super happy, and everything's super nice there. And then finally they get introduced to their teacher's friend, the Queen of Mouseland. And she shows up and she pulls Angelina aside because she's like, could you let my daughters please be in the play? She has 3 daughters, but she's like, she only wants 2 of them in there because the third one's too much of a tomboy or something like that. She's not proper enough or whatever. And Angelina, being a 10-year-old's like, sure, I'll give both your oldest daughters the main role. We'll have 2 Sleeping Beauties. And you see right away that this is about to get like really nasty because they're princesses, but they never learn how to do any dance or ballet. And Angelina just gave them the main role in a ballet, so your mind's just like, balls. What are we gonna do? Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. Keep making worse decisions as the film goes along, because this is where it gets nuts.
Hold on to your butts.
Meanwhile, while all this was going on, Henry is on his ghost hunt. The first he was looking at pictures, and he's like, I wonder if that one's a ghost. Then he turns around, and it's actually the prince. He's like, ah! And the prince's like, no, I'm not a ghost, man. Just, that was kind of rude. Anyway, if you're looking for ghosts, look at this photo, and you can obviously tell that the eyes are going to move in it, and they move, and then Henry's just like, oh my gosh, did anybody else see that? Nobody else saw it, though. Turns out later in the film, it's actually the king and queen's youngest daughter, the one that they said is too much of a tomboy to be in the play. And she's around the same age as Henry, and they end up becoming buddies. But like the way she finds him, though, is like really spooky, because all you hear is woo, woo, more cheese, because that's what the ghost apparently says is more cheese. And, you know, it's looking all spooky and stuff. He turns the corner. He's like, I'm not afraid of ghosts. I like ghosts. Ghosts are my bestest friends. Because, you know, he's basically a Ghostbuster at this point. He ain't afraid of no ghost. So Henry and What's-Her-Face are like, you know, like, hey, how about, since ghosts need to be tall, we work together and make a big ghost and go around scaring people. And they're both super pumped for it, which leads to the most hilarious, funny part in the film. Because later on, Angelina, the princesses are being difficult on purpose, and Angelina keeps rewriting everything for them. And she's super stressed, and she has to find out she has to rewrite the entire play, and she's just going nuts. And then they show up, and they're trying to scare her. They're like, more cheese. And then you get this epic moment right here.
Boing. And then... Oh, here, take it.
So later down the road, Angelina keeps getting more stressed, and she keeps bending backwards for these princesses and screwing over her friends by saying their friends are doing the bad job, the princesses are right, because she believes there's nothing wrong with a princess, that they're perfect, that everything they do is lovely and amazing, because, you know, little girls think highly of princesses. And the princesses, as you see, they're trying to purposely get thrown out of the play, but it's not working because Angelina loves princesses too much to throw them out. So they're at kind of like a paradox here. Nothing's fixing itself. It's just getting worse and worse. And you know it's going to blow up soon, but you just, you know, you're like, I can't look. I can't. But you have to, because this movie is only 46 minutes long, and you're just about done. And anyway, everything blows up. The whole stage falls apart. Everybody's going nuts. This one guy's like, hey, check out my special effect. Now, before we get to the resolve, we're going to backtrack a little bit and get to William's side story this whole time that I think I forgot to touch on, because I did. And William is still super, like, going nuts. He's like, how am I supposed to kiss a girl? And then as, you know, he found out that both the princesses have the main part, so he's like, now I got to kiss two girls. And then next thing you know, all three of them get the main part. He's like, how am I supposed to kiss three girls? And the guy who's doing the special effects, I don't know his name. I keep forgetting it, and I'm not going back to figure it out. He's, you know, he's a complete cootie-proof machine, because he's just like, I never kissed no girl, and it's not my problem. You go kiss them. Go try and practice kissing somewhere else, because, you know, I'm not helping you. Ugh.
Look, William, I'm very busy. Why don't you just go and practice on something?
Crumbs. Practice.
Then, you know, after everything explodes and goes out of control, and Angelina gets broken down, and the princesses are also sad because they hurt Angelina, they all come together and make a beautiful play all at once. And even the queen was so happy about this play that she gives Angelina the crown, and everything turns out beautiful and wonderful, because, you know, this thing was made for like a 5-year-old. So if it had a bad ending, I mean, shame on the director. But luckily they didn't, because they're a good director that can make good children's films. Anyway, this has been my review on Angelina Ballerina's Princess Dance. I forgot to mention the full title because there's multiple Angelina Ballerina movies out there. Anyway, you can probably find this one for like $1 somewhere. If not, it's free on YouTube. You can watch it there. Angelina Ballerina, have you seen it? If so, leave in the comments what you thought of this film. And if you haven't, I mean, your daughter will love it if you show it to them. I'm not sure if you'll love it if you're a grown man, but who knows? Anyway, that's all my thoughts on this. If you have any movies you would like me to see, please leave those in the comments as well. And as always, have a good night. If it's the afternoon, have a good afternoon. If it's the morning, have a good morning. And if you are on the toilet, as always, it's time to wipe. I'm Roman Ritchie, and this has been a Random Ritchie Review. Goodbye, everyone.